Who else thinks that Valentine's Day is just a big money grab? I know I do. But this year, let's do something different. Let's show her we love her by making something really, really good. We're going to make some rack of lamb, and we're going to do it on the grill. We're going to smoke it and sear it, and you're both going to love it. Let's go. So rack of lamb, sounds real fancy, right? And it is really good, but it's very easy to make. We're gonna make a marinade, or what I call a rubinade. It's a rub and a marinade mixed together. Put it on the rack of lamb and put it back in the fridge, and then we're gonna let it sit there for a while. Bring it up, put it on the grill. We're gonna smoke it for about, probably an hour, hour and a half. It gets about 125, 130. Then we're gonna sear it, let it rest, and dive in. You'll get tons of points, guys, for this with your wife for Valentine's Day meal, and you'll get closer and closer, whatever it is you're looking to get, whether it's a motorcycle or four-wheeler, guitar, whatever it is you're wanting. Let's get it for you right here, right now. So now we're ready to make our rub for the rack of lamb. Now don't worry about writing these ingredients down, the measurements and so forth. I'll put them in the description, but I'll still tell you what's going in each one of the ingredients going into the rub. So we'll start off with, we have 2 tablespoons of rosemary. We'll put it into our little pulser here. 2 tablespoons of sage. Now, I'll chop this fresh, guys. It's better if you do that. 2 tablespoons of roughly cut shallots. Get all of my can out of there. 1 tablespoon of freshly cut thyme. 2 cloves of garlic, again roughly cut. This pulser should do a pretty good job on that. 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. 1/2 teaspoon of coarse ground pepper. I use a 16 mesh pepper. We have 1/4 cup of olive oil. Pour that in here as well. Kind of spread it around, give the blender a little extra advantage here. Spread that around, get that in there really well. And then lastly, we have 1 tablespoon of honey. That honey will make things good and sticky and help it stick to the rack of lamb really well too. So now all we got to do is just pulse this a little bit, blend it up a little bit, and then we'll put it onto the rack of lamb. Make sure I get this little, these are pretty particular, I gotta make sure I get it on there, right? All right, here we go. All right, let's see how we do it here. You can see right there, it's actually mixed really well.
Hold it.
So we'll take this paste and we'll put it on the rack of lamb, wrap it in saran wrap and put it back in the fridge for a little while, get it good and marinated and let that sit in there pretty good before we take it out and put it on the Weber kettle. All right, now we're going to put the rub on that we just made, and now we're looking at here at our racks of lamb. We've got 2 racks of lamb. I'll show you one of them and put the rub on there for you as we do it. Now here's the rub that we just made. So the olive oil mixed in along with the honey and the sage and thyme and everything. It looks really, really good. Smells fantastic. Wish you could smell it. There's some, see the garlic in there. We just take this rub and we just put it all over. And you actually do kind of rub it this time. You usually don't rub rubs. This one you will rub it. Make sure you get a good even coat best you can over all of it. Make sure it sticks really good. And then you want to make sure you get this top right here as well. And also on the back. Some good meat right there. It doesn't take long, guys, to get it on here. Don't think you got to spend forever. Just get it on there, a good coating of it best you can. It's going to fall off, of course. Now what I'm going to do is take both these racks, I'll get them both seasoned, and I'll take some saran wrap and wrap them in saran wrap really tightly and put them back in the fridge until we're ready to put them on. So here's our rack of lamb wrapped in saran wrap. We're going to put it back in the fridge and leave it there for a couple hours. Normally I like to do it overnight, but we don't have overnight. So we're actually going to sear these tonight and grill them and smoke them and grill them tonight. So we're going to put back in the fridge for a couple hours and let them marinate and get some good flavor on there. And we'll be back when we put them on the kettle. Well, as you can see, we're about to get to our temperature here. We're going to use some apple wood with these racks of lamb. And we'll get it about 225, and then we'll wait till they get to about 130. We'll take them off and sear them. So we'll put them on right now. Let's take this lid off here. Put these racks of lamb on this side of the kettle. And put the bones towards the fire. Kind of protect them a little bit. We will let these go for probably about an hour, hour and 15, maybe even an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. We got applewood smoking in there right now. We'll get it closed up and put the vent over top of the racks of lamb so that the vent pulls the smoke over the racks of lamb so they get seasoned that way with the applewood smoke. So, all right, guys, we'll be back whenever they're ready to pull off, and we'll look at them then. See you in a bit. All right, folks, we're going to tip this and see how it's doing right now. It should be around 125. Yep, we're right where we want to be. We're going to go ahead and sear it now and get them done. So, to sear them, I'm just going to take them and put them right over that fire. I'm going to sear this edge first. Then I'll turn over and get them on the back. So try not to rub that, take that rub off. So let's take by the bones. Get them seared there for a good little bit. Now I'll get a good crust on there, and it'll really make a big difference in the way these lamb chops taste, the texture of them, and make a big difference. Remember the rub we had on there, what I call a Rubinade. It's a rub and a marinade mix. Has a lot of different seasonings in it. They're really good when they get toasted like this. It really brings a lot of flavor out, and actually makes them much better tasting, especially on the lamb chop. It'll really complement the lamb chop really well. Let's see how they look. Good, looking really good, smelling great. Oh my gosh, they smell fantastic. I think I better use my glove, my tongs. What do y'all think? So sear this end. That one is done, folks. Get a good look at that right there. Good looking lamb chop there. We'll get the other one seared and we'll go in and slice them up. Alright folks, here we are at the end of our cook for the lamb chops. Like I told you guys, we're making a special Valentine's meal, and like I told you guys out there, this is the meal for you if you want to have a new hunting gun or a new four-wheeler or a new motorcycle or guitar. This is the meal for you. We'll cut it up here, we're going to look at it, and then I want to see you guys out shopping the Thursday after Thanksgiving, after Valentine's Day. We'll cut these in a little, what they call lollipops. Oh, that looks fantastic. We'll make a little dish out of this. We'll cut a couple of these off, and this is how you can do it when you present it to your wife on Valentine's night. So you just get a couple of these and the best knife. There we go. Alright guys, we'll take a bite of this and see how it goes. Look at the juice on that thing, man. It's fantastic. It's done perfectly. Very pleased with how these came out, and you will be too, and your wife will be as well. Here we go. Man, that rub is perfect. You got to make sure you make that Rubinade. It is really good. So make sure you do. I'll put the recipe in the description, all the measurements for it. That really makes these lamb chops pop. So, guys, I hope you will enjoy this meal. I think it's a fantastic meal. All joking aside, I think you and your wife would really love this. And be sure, guys, to like and subscribe our channel. We really appreciate all the support we get there. And I'm not sure where you'll be, but I know where you'll meet me. You'll meet me at the smoker.